Well, here we are. It is a very gloomy, very rainy October morning, and I thought I would start going through all of my old Christmas decorating books to get some ideas to use in my home and to share with you. So what I'm going to do also is I have a box of old magazines. I love holding on to them, but I do realize there are a lot of old advertisements, and there's also things in there that do not resonate with me or my style. So I'm actually going to use my scissors and I'm going to dissect all of these magazines today and just keep what I like and put it in a 3-ring binder for my future reference. And I'm not going to do that with my books, but I do have some wonderful old books here from '98. I actually got this at the Christmas tree shop many years ago. And I also have my 1989 first edition Martha Stewart, and I found this at Savers. And there's even a little note in here from the previous owner talking about putting some things out for the reindeer. But this book is like new, never been touched, and it has some wonderful ideas. And I was telling my friend that I was going through this the other day, and I realized how much of the decorating in this book is what I did in my first home. This is '89. I bought my first home in 1988. So no, maybe '87. I have to think. Maybe '87. So I was a very young first-time homeowner, and I used a lot of her ideas for that. So I reference all my old books, and I did think that this year I'm going to do a lot more natural, old world, colonial decorating. But I'm also thinking I might try to figure out how to do it with faux items so that I can put it away in storage or even maybe sell it later. So it could be a topiary that's made with realistic looking boxwood, or fruit topiaries that are made with the really great looking fruit, like the oranges that I collected or purchased that you saw maybe my fall haul tour. That's so hard to say. And I could drill some holes in it maybe and put some cloves, but I have to see if it works before I share that with you. But I am ready to pull out my drill and give it a go. And I thought, even though it is October, I'm going to start making these projects and sharing them with you, because it takes a lot of time, and if you wanted to try it yourself, you could put it aside until the holidays. And I'm going to skip around a bit. You may notice I've already de-Halloweened my dining room, and I also did it in my kitchen because we're having Thanksgiving early this year, and not too much earlier, at least a week before. We are a blended family, and we want our children to be able to enjoy a whole day at our home. You know, we have 5 grown children, so we're thinking that this way we can have our kids and their significant others or their friends, and it's going to be a nice, casual, buffet-style Thanksgiving, so I'm looking forward to that. So I guess I went on that tangent of that's why I took a lot of Halloween down. I want to have time to enjoy the holiday, and my house is going through a bit of a identity crisis. The front rooms still look like Halloween, and the back rooms here are starting to take on more of the fall harvest look again, so that's just what I do. So let's go through some of these books, and I'm going to flag and dog-ear some pages of things that I'm going to make with you. Then in the future video, we're gonna go shopping, looking for items to make these items, and then we'll make them together, all right? So I'm going to put on my glasses so I can actually see words, and let's go through a lot of these magazines and see what we find to make. And you might even see me pass something that you want to make that I didn't, and it might inspire you to start some of your own projects. So I like this right here, handmade gifts. In our hurry-up world, the loving care of a handmade gift has a meaning that goes far beyond monetary value. Whether it's an expertly stitched set of pillowcases or a paper garland glued together. Isn't that true? And I do love traditional crafting and holiday traditions. Now flipping through the books here, I will certainly be making one of these topiaries. And here is the orange pomanders. I love making them. I've made them since I was a child, but I might try it with the faux ones. And I've been making potpourri longer than I care to admit, and I think I'm going to make some with items from my yard also and foraging, and maybe I will sell some. And simple touches. That's what I'm going to focus on this year. Even though I love bling and a lot of glitz, I'm going to add that in too, but I'm going to have a lot more simple. Check out this picture here. It's only pine cones in a basket and on the tree. Can't get more simple than that. Now, I don't know what it's called, but this little strip on the side of the magazine, I've been using these for years. They slip over the magazine and you can put them in a 3-ring binder, and it works out great because I love to organize by season or by style or by company. But now that I'm going to be dissecting them, I'm going to slide them off and put them aside for the next group of magazines that I decide to hold on to for another 15 to 20 years. Now, I have certainly hung wreaths from my chandeliers before, but what I like on this one is it looks like I'm seeing the cinnamon cookies or the cinnamon ornaments hanging from a ribbon. So I'm going to put this aside, and I'm going to consider making some of those ornaments and then also possibly using them in the kitchen. Oh, well, it looks like I've already been here before. I always used magazine clippings for client work. I would sit with them and we would select looks that they wanted or styles, and I would create their mood board. So I'm guessing that's what I did before. I love this cover. It reminds me of a store that I see a lot up in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. I'm going to see if I can find that photo and superimpose it here. So this photo on the left really resonates with me. It has just a basket of greens and looks like winterberry, or you could use holly, you could use pepperberry. Very simple. All right, so this next picture stopped me in my tracks. Does anybody else miss receiving old-fashioned Christmas cards? Now, don't get me wrong, I love getting cards and seeing friends and family, but when I see them a lot every day, I kind of miss old-fashioned Christmas cards. The ones that leave glitter all over your kitchen counter. I always send regular cards, and I want to put something out there. Who would like to maybe start swapping Christmas cards with us kindred spirits as a group? I'm still trying to figure it out, almost like a chain letter type thing, but I'm not quite sure how it would work. But I might do it so that if you want to send Christmas cards to, like, let's say my P.O. box, then I would collect the first 100 and send out an old-fashioned Christmas card to you. Just a thought. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. And here's something I know for sure I can do. I have these 2 pheasants in brass, and I'm going to show you right now. They're actually on my table right now. So I could grab one of my ironstone pieces. I can use my 2 brass pheasants and put my paper white bulbs in there and place it right here on the table. Oh, and look, a whole different magazine, but the same exact photo. Go figure. Well, I still have a ways to go, but I've got some great ideas to share with you. My recycling bag is getting full, and as you can see, I've bored Willow. She's just enjoying the time by the fire.
Until next video, kindred spirits, I'm looking forward to putting my list together and taking you on a shopping tour of some of the items that I'm going to need for these craft projects, taking us through November and even into the first part of December, but I'm looking forward to it. I hope this video inspired you to find your own version of fine living, no matter how simple or grand that may be.